What's going on, guys? This is Alec here and welcome back to the channel for the first time in a long time. Welcome back to career mode, Swansea City career mode, FIFA 21. I'm on the early access and yeah, some good news. I've got my computer fixed, so the career modes will be coming in over the next couple of weeks hopefully, and depending on the support will result in how long this career mode goes on for. But I know this channel has a decent career mode following, so I'm hoping to bring a lot of these out for you in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. There are a couple of discrepancies that are going to happen with this series. Obviously, I'm playing FIFA 21 in the early access, so there are going to be some transfers that are going on in the real world, so that these squads won't be completely and fully up to date. I'm going to try and keep on top of like the Swans transfers that happen in real life, and you know, keep them true on this game, as well as put my own little twist obviously on it with the transfers. I'm also going to be looking to you guys for some sort of inspo, and hopefully you guys can help me with some transfers that you would recommend, some good players that I can get in, some youngsters with potential, as well as put my own idea on things and try and get some of my own players in. There is going to be some gameplay within this episode. As you could just see, things are happening in the background. This is a post commentary. I decided to do a post commentary for this first episode and for the second episode just so I could speed through, because I've obviously only got 10 hours on the early access, but then after the first two episodes I should be on live commentary, so for those of you that prefer that, I'll suit you a little bit better. So first things first, I went through the whole squad, decided who I want to stay, who I want to leave, who I want to send out on loan, etc, and what positions that I needed to get more depth in basically. And the first one that I noticed was definitely centre back. We've not got enough centre backs, and who better to bring in than a free agent and a former Swans legend, Ashley Williams. We managed to get that sorted for 5,000 a week. He is 35, which is obviously not completely ideal, but he is 69 rated, so he'll give us a decent bit of depth there at centre back. I did also put an offer in for Ryan Brewster, as you can see from here. This was actually before I realised that he moved to Sheffield in real life at the time of recording this gameplay. So if you do want me to send him back and cancel the loan, send him back to Liverpool, I can do that, no problem, because I know some people do like to keep a career mode series as realistic as possible. So yeah, if you want me to do that, just let me know down in the comments, and I can do that, no problem. This is one of the new features, the growth and so the development plans of players. As you can see here, I'm going through a lot of the players and just selecting what I prefer them to be. I didn't do all of them, but I did some of the key players in the team and some of the most promising youngsters. I know it's going a bit fast, I just didn't want to bore you with all of this stuff. There is going to be gameplay in this first episode. I probably should have mentioned that at the start, but just some very quick highlights. We did play one of the friendly games. I didn't want to play them all. As you can see here, Ryan Brewster gets his offer accepted. Again, like I said, if you want to see him go back to Liverpool, I can cancel that, no problem. But yeah, I did record one gameplay and then I simmed the rest. I used some of the new features like the quick sim and the in detail sim, just to show you all the different features of the game. Basically, I didn't want to use up all of my early access time, 10 hours of it, going through friendlies pretty much. So in the next episode we've got our first league game of the season, and I'm not sure whether it's because I'm on the early access or whether it's just that they don't have the actual EFL fixtures into the game, but our first game of the season isn't true to what it is in real life. But I'm definitely not complaining, because our first league game of the season is Cardiff City away at the Cardiff City Stadium. So that'll come in the next episode. I probably could have squeezed it on to the end of this episode, but I just thought I'd give you something something to look forward to next time. But yeah, as you can see, going into this game, we've got Nuremberg in our first friendly. And we're playing with pretty much a full strength team, or what I'd consider to be a full strength team. And as you can see here, we 3-2 just before half time, or we're 3-1 at the moment. They get a little bit of luck and score to make it 3-2 just before half time. Some nice goals in there for us. Lowe and IU definitely linking up well. They score a very late equaliser in the 83rd minute. And then we manage to get ourselves through George Byers as we make a couple of substitutions. And yeah, that's how the first game of FIFA 21 will finish. 4-3 to us, very entertaining game. A bit concerning that we conceded 3 against Nuremberg, but I guess that's what pre-season's for, finding out which players work, and I fiddle around with some custom tactics. We also managed to get a decent offer for Declan John, who definitely I didn't think would be featuring in our team, so for 1.8 million I can definitely let him go. We also put an offer in for a player that we actually have just signed in real life. I forget his first name, I think it's Victor Gyökeres, the Brighton youngster on loan. Can play on either wing, which we don't have wingers as we're playing a 5-back, but he does play up front as well, which will probably be where he ends up playing for us. He's been decent for Brighton in real life, actually, for the first team. I think he's played in a couple of cup games, scored a couple of goals in that as well. As you can see, we're using the new sim mode. It's decent, actually. It's a lot better than the old one, especially if you just want to get through. It's kind of like a football manager type of feel to it, and you can change the tactics, and you can jump in whenever you want, so it's good. I like that, and we just jumped through that one as well. Again, don't want to take up too much time doing all the pre-season friendlies. And there's confirmation of the Gyökeres offer being accepted. I think I'm pronouncing that right, by the way. If I'm wrong, do let me know in the comments below. And as well as confirmation is Declan John being sold as well. So we've got a lot of players listed on our shortlist. Just some kind of backup/youngster players that I wanted to get involved. I didn't really want to change the first team too much because I kind of like it when it's close to what it is in real life, and I don't want to make all these massive changes, especially not on the first season anyway. Maybe when we get into the next couple of seasons, that'll start making big changes and replacing some players. But yeah, we jumped to the result in this one as well against Rosenborg, and we drew 1-1. Brian Brewster getting the goal on his first game for us, and there's confirmation of I think it's Gyökeres. I don't want to say his name too much in case I'm butchering it, but yeah, there's confirmation. We managed to get him in on a season-long loan, just like in real life, and we actually lose this next game in the knockouts of the pre-season friendly, but we do get $1 million in the bank, so definitely not complaining about that one. And Brainer Paz is a youngster from Colombia. We managed to get him in on a fairly cheap fee, just some more backup at centre half there. And I don't know why, like, obviously you guys can suggest me players and I've got no problem signing various players for the team or whatever, but I always like it when the players have got their face scanned in the games, like you can see through the players that I've shortlisted here. I don't know why, but I've always got a preference of signing players that have actually got their face scanned into the game. So yeah, like some of the players that I'm going through here, these have all got their face scanned. As we put in an offer for, I think that was Edwards, we just put an offer in for, and Ben Woodburn, the young Welshman, would be a decent signing. We did actually have a look at Matt Smith here, but I think City didn't want to loan him, so I left him there, because we've got some decent centre mid options. So I think unless we sell in that position, we don't really, I definitely don't think we need to buy someone in at centre mid. And then we go through a couple more players here that we put in offers for. So, like centre backs again, I think I probably need one more first team centre back, maybe to replace Cabango. And I know Ashley Williams definitely won't have the fitness to be playing Saturday and Tuesday every week. This is a bit of an odd one. We get Besiktas coming in for Jake Bidwell. And I didn't really want to sell him, so I just thought I'd negotiate it. And if they want to pay way above what he's worth, then they can do so. Jake Vokins as well, a young left back. With Declan John being sold, we need another left back option. And I think he's a decent rating, but more so just because he's young and he'll develop into a good player. We get some Hurons back off the offers that we put in. Sam Hughes, the centre back, and Ben Woodburn. We actually have the offer accepted for Ben Woodburn, and we're just doing the delegate. If you want me to go into the contract talks with the manager, we can do so, but I just find it easier to do from this menu. It's obviously cool to have the cinematics and stuff, but they just take a while, and I just feel like they're drawn out, and you get to the same kind of conclusion by doing this anyway, so it's just quicker. We actually make another sign-in to add to the list, as Edward Francis has his offer accepted there. So whilst that's happening in the background and Brainer Paz has his confirmation accepted, he's now a Swansea City player. I just want to thank you for watching the first episode. Like I said, First league game of the season coming in the next episode. We've got Cardiff City away from home, the South Wales derby. So hopefully you can all tune in for that. Again, I'll reiterate, if you want me to make any signings or any players that you want to see in the Swans team, or just any bits of sort of info, like do you want me to play Ben Cabango a lot? Do you want me to play some of the youngsters a lot? Liam Cullen is doing well in real life. I can play him in the game if you want me to. Just any sort of things you want to see attached to the series, or any more ideas on how you want me to edit the videos or whatever, just let me know down in the comments below, and I'll try and get them done, no problem at all. But yeah, thank you all for watching the first episode. I'll try and get these out as often as I possibly can. There'll be a bit of career mode, maybe some Ultimate Team, probably some Warzone as well if I get any decent gameplays there, stuff coming onto the channel. I've left links to the TikTok that I've got going and the Twitter that I'm using down in the description below. If you want to give me a follow, and then feel free to. That's probably the best way to contact me as well. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.